This is Backstage Bay Area, your all-access pass to the local music scene. Now here's your host, Steve Roby.
Today we're diving into the unique sounds of Free Creatures, an Oregon-based power trio blending alt-hip-hop, indie, psych-rock, and EDM into what they call the Umami of music. With beats that demand movement, harmonies that touch the soul, and improvisation that keeps you guessing, this band redefines genres while keeping it all undeniably fun. My conversation with Emily Turner, who plays upright bass and sings for Free Creatures, is coming up. But first, let's kick things off with inviting you in. This is Free Creatures on Backstage Bay Area.
We only have about an hour to empower those that listen and shower you with gifts that only show our good intentions. Cruising through the universe smoother than suspension, open to the future while some people stay defensive. We keep it comprehensive so our senses can digest it. When you taste the river and the fish, then you know it's the freshest, precious. Blessed to hold it now and represent it. Welcome to the moment, cause you're home, it's time to check in. I'm inviting you in. Past the walls that divide, where everyone is equal, living their lives.
Inviting you in.
Through the gates of the guards, I see no reason for me to sound the alarm.
Inviting you in.
Inside the circle is safe, we cherish every type of model and make.
Inviting you in.
Cause you should live and let be. Not every creature on this planet is free. Keep the health and have the freedom, at least enough to speak up when somebody else is cheating. To be a part of what's created in the moment, to push the bus so we can pop the clutch and start it. Bienvenidos to the future in the present, and take a scoop of genre fusion live resin. It's more conducive if you loosen up the settings. It's more elusive if you never stop forgetting.
It's only us now, free to let yourself go. Gather round, you can get the download. Only us now, no need to feel alone. Post around, you can get the download in. Let the sound lay all your worries down. Let the bass pound them into the ground. Low down preacher, won't you gather round tight and catalyze minds, have a real good time. I'm inviting you in.
Past the walls that divide, where everyone is equal, living their lives.
Inviting you in.
Through the gates of the guards, I see no reason for me to sound the alarm.
I'm inviting you in.
Inside the circle is safe, we cherish every type of model and make.
Inviting you in.
Cause you should live and let be. Not every creature on this planet is free.
That's Inviting You In. It comes from Free Creatures' 2023 album, While We Can. Emily Turner from the band is my guest today. Hey, Emily, welcome to Backstage Bay Area.
Hi, Steve. Thanks for having me.
So glad you could be here.
Thank you. Me too.
All right. Hey, Emily, how would you describe Free Creatures' sound and what makes it unique for listeners just discovering the group?
I would say it's a healthy fusion of alternative indie rock with kind of a psychedelic hip hop is what we've been saying. It's not heavily promoting that necessarily in the lyrics, but I would say sonically, it's a nice fusion of all the things you love. And I would say it's attractive because it's a unique combination of instruments with my upright bass and trumpet, and then the electric guitar, and then the MPC live with spinning beats.
Yeah. I think your upright bass really sets it apart from other groups too.
Why, thank you. I agree.
So can you take us back to how you formed Free Creatures? What was the spark, if you will, that started it all?
I was in a project musically called Verbs and Nouns, and my partner Marv was in his own musical project called Marvelous and We Tribe. And around the same time, both of our projects came to an end, pretty much out of our control. And so we began to farm together, actually, kind of took a pivot, and we were doing our best, but we kept finding ourselves with instruments in hand and musical creativity and just kind of alone together in the house, looking at each other like, well, you want to put it together? And actually during 2017, there was a pretty bad wildfire season here in Southern Oregon. So we were stuck inside. We weren't able to go out and work in the farm like usual. And Marv started working on a beat in his studio. And I came in with my ukulele at the time. And we made our first song together. And we liked it so much that we thought, hey, maybe we got a sound here that's worth investigating. And we did. And then about a year later of working together lightly, we came across Skylar Schoolio, who was available to join. And it really blossomed from there.
Nice. Where did the name Free Creatures come from?
Oh, yes. Well, there's an epic battle trying to find a band name that isn't already taken when you're just starting out a project. We were trying to conceptualize what is the essence of what we want to manifest per se with this project. What kind of people would we like to attract? What kind of energy do we want to cultivate at our shows? And we ultimately wanted to create something where everyone felt welcome, regardless of faith or race or sexuality or political view or financial status, what have you, or even location. I have a science degree. I'm always kind of playing mentally with the concept that we're all just these weird little creatures on a tiny planet in space, and that's a unifying thing that we could focus on. So that's where the word creature came from. And then we ultimately, because of the strange mix of genres and musical influences that we were bringing together, we wanted to be free of any kind of pigeonholes as far as sound or expectation goes. So we just wanted to be kind of free to create what we wanted and free to create a sound where people could come and listen, even if they were more into rock or punk or rap or whatever. Just free to be little creatures is kind of where we were.
I like it.
What we were going for.
I like it. That's a great explanation too. Thanks.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you.
You mentioned your music is kind of a melting pot of different styles. What have been some of your biggest musical influences individually or as a group?
Well, individually, I like to start with myself. I love traditional jazz a lot, and I love Americana, and I'm also a millennial. I'm a child of the 90s and 2000s. I love that era of pop and rock and alternative. So that's kind of my background. And then Marvelous's inspirations are largely hip-hop. Outkast, Andre 3000 is one of his favorite MCs and writers. And then Skylar is definitely more inspired by the rock elements. He studied extensively, learning to play like Jimi Hendrix and Stevie Ray Vaughan and the Strokes and the Smiths and kind of the 80s era of rock players. And so it's kind of an interesting conglomeration of all the things we all like, but all at the same time.
That's a nice mix.
Yes, agreed. Okay. Thank you.
So at the top of the show, we played Inviting You In. Can you talk about the story or inspiration behind that song?
Absolutely. Yeah, we were early on in our writing experiences together. It was after our first album had come out, and we were really starting to perform live a lot. And I was enjoying getting to know the process of being a full-time entertainer and presenter of music. And I was kind of playfully wanting to write something that would set the vibe that we could play early in the set, just kind of communicating to everyone that they're welcome. And that's kind of the concept, how the concept was born. A lot of times with our writing style, Marv will start with the beat, and then Skylar comes in, or I come in and add some melodic elements to it or progressions, and then the words come. So we already had the song, and we were just kind of playing with it live at a show. And then I began to say, I'm inviting you in, because I wanted to invite everyone into the dance floor.
Okay.
Kind of conjure them in.
It's got a nice outro too, the spoken voice. Yeah.
Thank you.
So I'm going to play Oregon Nights next. It's Nights with a K. It's obviously deep-rooted in the band's home state. How does the Pacific Northwest, how would you say it influences your music?
Ooh, well, we definitely have the dark, cold, rainy winters to spend inside. I have experienced that. I feel like it gives us a bit of an edge. I think Northwest music is often associated with Nirvana and Jimi Hendrix and something with a little bit more of an edge. And so I feel that does come through. And then we're very nature-based in our words. We talk about nature a lot. And I think that's reflected from the Northwest spirit of just going outside and enjoying all the trees and the sunshine in the summertime. And yeah, I would say it's regionally, it's got a bit of an edge, especially with Skylar Sculio's guitar style and Marv's hip-hop sensibilities.
Well, let's listen to it now. This is Oregon Nights by Free Creatures here on Backstage Bay Area.
We are Free Creatures, starring Skylar Sculio, Emily Turner, and Marv Ellis. Let's go! I walked in the door with nothing to lose. Big bag of love in my green suede shoes. Mic that I use to connect the dots. Knowledge of the game from the mouths of the walk. You, my life's gone up and down. Spinning in position like a circus clown. Never would have guessed I would be here now. But I'ma make it out this maze some way, somehow. I know you don't know me, homie. I don't speak baloney. I've been words like the curve and the macaroni. One of the one and only. Positive, not phonies. Push my pen over paper when I'm all alone. Walkman's a Sony, love Tony, Outcast, Most F, they all showed me how holy matrimony's honing mic skills, toning up to keep it rolling. But it's unfolding, nicotine used to seem so controlling. Family is G, Don Corleone. Score about $1.20 when I go bowling. Less we're in the hills and we're all solar bowling. Truth is showing up where all the elevators going. You push the button to the top where it's still snowing. To all my green thumb people keep growing. Brawl on the clock, do work till you own it. I walked in the door with nothing to lose. Big bag of love in my green suede shoes. Mic that I use to connect the dots. Knowledge of the game from the mouths that I walked. And like you, my life's gone up and down. Spinning in position like a circus clown. Never would have guessed I would be here now. But I'ma make it out this maze some way, somehow.
Backlit with the moonlight glow, so bright I can see my shadow. How I got here I don't really know, but I do know I love this moment. Smile, let the sun pass the dip it down low. Another universe is starting to show. Heaven's unfolding nice and slow. I love this moment. Make all my wishes on a falling star. All I really want is to be where we are. I just wanna sing and play a big fat bass guitar. I love these moments. Walk in the door with nothing to lose. Whole lot of love and nothing to prove. Ooh, heaven's unfolding nice and smooth. And I love this moment.
I walked in the door with nothing to lose. Big bag of love in my green suede shoes. Mic that I use to connect the dots. Knowledge of the game from the mouths that I walk. And like you, my life's gone up and down. Spinning in position like a circus clown. Never would have guessed I would be here now. But I'ma make it out this maze some way, somehow. Jalopy. Slick like the oil when you slice open a poppy. Not a carbon copy, no. Take notes, so watch me up. Free to be myself, knowing that you can't mock me.
3 mile reach, I'm on cheap walkie-talkie.
Talking while I'm walking through the rose garden watching. Nothing really anymore, so Sweet chocolate candies in the bottom of a stocking. B-boys break, pop keep blocking. Soaking in the minerally stimulating hot springs. With my woman, she's such a young hot thing. Trying to represent it when I send it like an offering. Invitations always open-ended till you stop things. You can hear the kernels in your bucket cause it's popping. It's showtime gravy, so you know that it's tasty. When I walked in the door with nothing to lose. Big bag of love in my green suede shoes. Mic that I use to connect the dots. Knowledge of the game from the mouth of the rock. And like you, my life's gone up and down. Spinning in position like a circus clown. Never would have guessed I would be here now. But I'ma make it out this maze some way, somehow.
That was Free Creatures performing Oregon Nights from their album While We Can. Emily Turner is my guest today. Emily, when it comes to crafting your songs, how do you balance improvisation, which you guys do so well, with structure? Is there a particular process the band follows while you're composing?
Oftentimes, the structure is built first, as far as the chord progressions and the general groove. As I mentioned before, the songwriting usually begins with Marvelous presenting a beat that he made, whether he used samples or created some sounds on his own in the studio. So a lot of times he'll present a beat. We kind of analyze, well, how does this beat make us feel? And then we'll assign kind of chords and progressions based on the emotion that is conjured in the groove. Then some lyrics start to form and sections begin to form, like, oh, this would be a verse or this could be a cool chorus. And then we pretty much always designate a section for Skylar to improvise on. Yeah. He's kind of the lead of the improvisation element because that's his specialty. And he's been teaching me a lot about it as well over the years now. So that we always have one or two improvisation sections where Skylar's the lead on that, and then I kind of follow in with some fun bass fills and changes.
Absolutely. So you've got a vinyl pressing of your album While We Can coming up. It's an exciting step, I'm sure, for all the fans. What made you decide to press this album on vinyl, and what does that format mean to you as an artist?
Oh, yes. I feel like as a band, especially an indie band, you get your music pressed on vinyl. It's a giant accolade. It's a big gold star on your resume as an artist. It feels like a major accomplishment just because traditionally it's just such a classic time stamp of your presence and your creation. And for us, we're just thrilled. We chose to press While We Can, which is our sophomore album, because of just how widely it's been received. We've been touring on that album for 2 years now. It includes a lot of fan favorites like Get It Done and Oregon Nights, which we play at every show everywhere. And we just really, it was kind of our first cohesive release as a trio. Our first album was mostly written and recorded before Skylar joined the band, and then he joined and added on to it. So this was our first creation all together. Our first cohesive release with plans and graphics and videos and all of those things. And so we just really felt like this is the sound that we've created. This is what we've built, and it's kind of our baby. And we just really wanted to immortalize that at least in this sense of the word. Not forever, but.
Exactly. And for me, I think there's something special about the physical media, something you can hold in your hands and appreciate the artwork on the cover. And you guys did an excellent job with the colored vinyl there. It's really beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
We're so proud. We're so proud to have been connected with Cascade Record Pressing. They're a Portland company. So we had our vinyl made all in Oregon, and
nice.
And they were the ones who came together with that color suggestion. We could not be happier. It's so exciting to hold in my hands and see the little grooves in the vinyl itself, and just know that's my voice in there. It's so cool.
We're going to listen to Get It Done as the next song. But first, can you talk about that track and how it came together? Does it have any special meaning for you?
Oh, yes. As I mentioned briefly before, Marv and I, our relationship kind of started by first romantically, and then we began to farm together. We were farming cannabis, hemp, about 6 acres of it. We had a big crew of 20 people. We were approaching harvest season. And anyone who's ever farmed anything can understand there's a sense of anticipation and not quite dread, but knowing just the sheer amount of work that was ahead of us. And despite the fact that we were farming full time, we would still etch out time pretty much once a week to get together and write and practice. And so this beat had already been written, and Skylar and Marv had come together with the cool guitar line, and so I was listening to the track. Sometimes they'll record a demo and then bounce down the demo for us to listen to and begin to write lyrics to. I was listening to that, and I was in our greenhouse, and I was just looking around and kind of evaluating all this work that had to be done. And my old cheerleading days kind of crept in my mind, and I started, "It's what we do. We get it done." And so it's kind of drew upon my my youth there on the hook, and then the concept kind of came together from that little repetitive hook line, and the rest of the song was built from there.
Well, this is Get It Done by Free Creatures. You're listening to Backstage Bay Area.
It's what we do, we get it done. 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 See the swagger here, so palpable. You can feel this flow, so tangible. From heels to nose, knees to elbows, we move your bones, big toes up to mandibles. Life radically flows, we adaptable. It's a new day, we're a new animal. Take it tactical, or keep it casual. Feel golden, we can make it magical. Deep cuts and number ones, we get it done. Working shirtless in the sun, we get it done. Any weather we get some, we get it done. All together, everyone, we overcome. Slow motion when we walk in a room. Oh, and like we don't get to choose. Slow motion when we walk in a room. Oh, and the choice that we choose.
Go ahead and lift it. Let's open up the hood and see what's stalling out your engine. I mean it. I brought my toolbox. I brought my knowledge as a field medic, ready to help with whatever you got. I'm on assignment. I'm focused on the moment, never blinded by the timing. Under these eyelids, focused on silence, digging for diamonds, pulling the string on the ball of all your problems till it's all unwinded, like I said, till we find it. My line is open, my network's my net worth. It's vast like the ocean, and kinda like my mycelium, swollen full of helium, loyal to the soil at a psychedelic premium. What? All that I'm saying is I'm down for my team, cause keeping it playful in a dream can be a positive thing. I'm catching everything that's thrown at me, boom, bada bang, bang, bada boom. I'm one of those howling at moons, looking at stars, daily trying to raise up the bar, lifting it up. Just like the hood, just like your car, got your back. My zone is in control and I'm on point. I'd rather get respect than ever do this for the coin. So it's
slow motion when we walk in a room. Oh, and like we don't get to choose. Slow motion when we walk in a room. That we choose.
just a couple puzzle pieces in a box. None of us greater than the sum of all the parts. Just a few old tools in the shed, next to old implements looking half dead. When connected on the 3-point hitch, it opens up the zone and makes the defense switch. It's a rush when you take that risk with your friends, leaving skin in the game for the chip.
It's what we do, we get it done. 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 It's what we do, we get it done.
Let's Get It Done from Free Creatures. It comes from the album While We Can, which will soon be out on vinyl. Emily Turner is my guest today. Emily, as we wrap up, can you talk about what you got on the horizon for 2025? Can you share any details about future projects or collaborations coming up?
Yes, we have a lot of exciting new music. We've been kind of formulating over the last year testing it out live. As we learned in our previous few years, we can write something at home in the studio, but then it's a different experience. Once you let that song come to life and play it for real people in real time, you start to discover new sections that are more fun. And so essentially, we've spent the year with song ideas. We've let them breathe. We've had shows specifically in our hometown areas where we're playing these shows, developing them with the audiences. So we plan to get together in January and record a new album. And instead of the previous format where it's all done in the studio one by one with overdubbing, we're going to do a live multi-track recording. Nice. And that way we can capture more of our live sound and live essence, which we have encountered that the studio sound is just a bit different than the lives. We really want to capture this live energy that has bonded with our fans over this last year. We have a couple really cool collaborations in the works, one with one of the members of Dirtwire, one with a really amazing duo called Koofnuts. They're from New York area. A couple other interesting possibilities in the works. But yeah, we plan to record a new album in January, and then we have a couple new tours coming together. Another run out to Colorado and Utah, another run up to Alaska in the summertime. We're mostly focused next on making another album because we feel like it's time.
All right. Sounds like a busy year ahead for you.
Yes. I'm happy to say so.
That's great. So the band has performed at some iconic venues and festivals over the years. Has there been one memorable moment for you in your career so far?
Oh my gosh. I feel like 2024 had several. We did get to start off the year touring regionally with Dirtwire, and we played some of the most beautiful venues I've ever seen on that tour. Perhaps most notably the Wilma Theater in Missoula, Montana. That one really sticks out to me. It's a 100-year-old theater with ornate carvings all around a giant stage. I will never forget that day. We had a really amazing experience at Oregon Country Fair this year as well. We themed our set at night and as a sparkle party, and everyone in the audience really came through. It was just sparkles and glitter and fantastic costumes everywhere. And a couple got engaged during our set. We helped facilitate that. It was just unforgettable. I'm so grateful for the rich experiences this band has rewarded me with.
That sounds like fun. Wow. You've got a great show coming up at the Sweetwater Music Hall on December 12th. The show is billed by the venue as their famous holiday sale and dance party. So I guess there's going to be some dancing going on.
Yes.
What else can fans look forward to at that show?
Yes, that's a special situation. So there is a gentleman in Mill Valley who has a clothing shop, Famous For.
Oh, yeah.
And he will be hosting a sale, which starts at 5 p.m. Sweetwater is letting him set up a store, essentially, inside the venue. So if you can come a couple hours early, shop, and then if you make a purchase during that sale, you get a free ticket to the show. Oh. And so it's a kind of like a holiday gathering dance party. There's a lovely singer-songwriter opening. She's from Mill Valley. Maggie Trevors is going to start the party off at 7 musically. And then we're going to turn up and turn up the dance party with our style and some really fun covers. And we have some really cool guests sitting in with us, guest musicians who are somewhat of a secret surprise.
Okay. Reasons to turn out even more.
Yes.
So if I'm not mistaken, that gentleman's name is Larry the Hat.
Yes, that's him.
I bought some clothes there, so I remember him.
Oh, yeah.
Let me remind our listeners, Free Creatures will perform at the Sweetwater Music Hall in Mill Valley this Thursday, December 12th. Doors open at 7 p.m. and showtime is at 8. And Mill Valley's own Maggie Travers opens the show. Pick up tickets now at sweetwatermusichall.com. Also, stop by the Free Creatures website. Go to freecreaturesmusic.com for info and merchandise. You got some beautiful clothing there on your website. And pick up that beautiful color vinyl LP. Oh, my gosh.
Yes, and we're excited to have some in person with us, too. So we'll have some vinyl. It's a soft vinyl release party for us.
All right. How fun. Thanks for stopping by the show today, Emily.
Thank you so much for having me.
Backstage Bay Area will be right back.
Hey, musicians. Would you like to be a guest on Backstage Bay Area? Just email the host and let him know when you'll be playing in the Bay Area. The address is backstage.sfbay@gmail.com. Thank you for tuning into the Backstage Bay Area podcast. Don't forget to visit us online at backstagebayarea.com for more insights and stories. Be sure to join us next time for more engaging conversations with local talent and touring musicians. Until then, keep the music alive, and we'll see you backstage.